Shalom, shalom. This is the brother Dunya Allah coming back again, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect, brothers and sisters that believe in this word and that fear in the Most High and His Son. And this is, going to be a response to this brother's video, the brother Raya Allah. The GMS Pittsburgh, the head, he entitled his video, "Let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance." And as you can see on the screen, this is a sign that says, "Warning: avoid the unbiblical skin color doctrine of the Black Hebrew Israelites." Now, first of all, I'm gonna speak for Great Millstone and some, certain other camps. We do not refer to ourselves as black. Okay, we do not refer to ourselves as Black Hebrew Israelites. Why? Especially Great Millstone. Why? We have brothers that do not fit that description, right? Brothers who are so-called indigenous to Central and South America, right? With so-called Latino. Brothers that are so-called Native American. Brothers that are so-called Irish, right? And look, right, like a white person. Brothers that are so-called from England and that look like a white person. Now, this is interesting because through the Spirit, me and this brother, we were discussing about a mutual person that we know, that used on social media or whatever, but he used a particular image of the true depiction of the Lord, and then made another post about him having visions of the Lord being a so-called white man, right? And it's funny how we discussed that, and then this topic comes up, and this is what the elder Yashawamba was saying in his previous video that I was watching earlier, which was News and Prophecy, Judgment. How he was talking about the things that we discuss, all right, or think about in terms of prophecy in the scriptures are starting to manifest themselves faster. Just like with the prayers that are of the saints going up are starting to get answered much faster. The Lord is speeding up the time. So enough talking. I want to get some precepts. Let's go to first off, I'm like, they use that word black, right? Now that right there is slanderous, because they try to play on the emotions of the public, right? And that's really like a form of witchcraft, using particular words to spur certain emotions into people, negative emotions. So let's get the etymology dictionary real quick. Let's get the word for black, right? So let me see. Black, adjective, right? Absolutely dark, absorbing all light, the color of soot or coal. From Germanic blackus, burnt. From Old Norse blark, or blacker, dark. Let me see. I just want to go to the point, because there's a what they call a negative connotation. Swart. It says meaning fierce, terrible, wicked, right? So they use these particular words, and they use the word black, and they put that on us and that really gets people to think that, oh, these guys are malignant or wicked, and that's why they call us black people, because that is the stigma, all right, that they want to put on us, man. And hey, the public don't realize that this devil has put these different enchantments by using particular words on them. It says terrible, wicked, figurative senses often come from a notion of without light, morale, or moral or spiritual, right? So talking about our people, and for the most part, those that haven't woken up to the truth and receive that breath, hey, they do fit this description, right? Of being wicked, the rebellious of our people. But this is we're really a righteous people. Real quick, let me grab this. Holy right seed. Just want to grab this real quick to back up my statements. This is Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 21. Salakia. Yet I had planted thee a noble vine, right? Meaning very honorable, royal, high rank, above all the nations, holy a right seed. All Israel are of the righteous. We have our people that are that have sought out many inventions because man was created to be righteous. All right, the Israelites in general are the righteous. The Edomites in general, well, all the Edomites are wicked. Right? But we are the righteous seed, man. Right? And at the end, when we enter into the new covenant, all of Israel is going to be righteous. Right? So that stigma of being black is not going to be no longer on us. Right? But this is how E plays on the people's emotions by using particular words. We do not refer to ourselves as black Hebrew Israelites. It says, how then art thou turned into a degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? By going into the ways of the heathens, worshiping their idols, right? Becoming estranged to the Most High because we were not following his law, statutes, commandments, right? So now let's go to this right here, because this thing is not about skin color. This is about lineage and the spirit prophecy, right? Now let's get this prophecy. Let's get Ezekiel here. I'm gonna go here to the Bible here, a Bible app. Let's go to Ezekiel, and I just wanted to point this out. So this is Ezekiel. I'm gonna get to the point. It talks about the valley of the dry bones. I'm gonna jump around in this chapter. I just really want to get to the points here. Right. So Ezekiel chapter 37 verse 11, it says, then said he unto me, son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say our bones are dried and our hope is lost. We are cut off of our parts. So we're destroyed as a nation. Right. Our nation doesn't have any hope. Right. Those of our nation that hasn't awoken to this truth, they have no hope. Right? They think that this is the end all be all. It says, therefore prophesy and say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, behold, O my people, I will open your graves and cause you to come up out of your graves and bring you into the land of Israel. So the Lord is going to cause us to awaken, all right, from that dead state of mind and bring us into the land of Israel. All right, it says, and ye shall know that I am the Lord when I have opened your graves, O my people, and brought you up out of your graves, and shall put my spirit in you, and ye shall live, and ye shall place, and I shall place you in your own land. Then shall ye know that the Lord have spoken it and performed it, saith the Lord. The word of the Lord came. So that's a little bit. I want to come up here also. It says, covered. I want to come here to verse 6. Or is it, let me see. Yeah, verse 6. Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 6. It says, and I will lay sinews upon you, and will bring up flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and ye shall live, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. So you're going to know that I am the power, right? The Heavenly Father, right? Through his Son. Because the Lord is going to awaken us. So I prophesied as I was commanded. So this is a prophecy of the end time. Okay? This is a prophecy of Israel waking up. Okay? So there has to be somebody out there on the streets prophesying, all right, in the true spirit of the Heavenly Father and his Son, all right, and causing these Israelites, okay, in a dead state, a Gentile state of mind, to be awakened. So this is prophecy. Now, as you read this chapter, nowhere in this chapter did it specify. Nowhere in this chapter did it specify that all Israel who are black, or all Israel who have dark brown skin, or all Israel. It doesn't specify any color, right? But it specifies what the prophecy tells you, that the Israelites are going to awaken, all right, and receive the Spirit, which is the truth of the word. So you have to ask yourself, well, who are all these people standing up and preaching his word and using the same name in the same spirit, right? Now, when you look amongst GMS, and in certain other camps, but if you look amongst GMS primarily, there's brothers all over the world who are waking up, who are receiving the knowledge that they're an Israelite, right? And they look like all the other nations, man. We have brothers that look like so-called white people amongst our camps, who are on fire for the word, right? Who are on fire. It says, so I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I prophesied, there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and bones came together, bone to bone, so Israel being reassembled. And then I behold, lo, sinews and flesh came up upon them. We received our identity that we are the Israelites, right? Even back in the time of a high priest Ariyah, King Marshall, high priest Yaiquab, even back in that time, all right, it was revealed who the bulk of the Israelites were, who they were, and where they resided in this in time. And the skin covered them above, but there was no breath in them, right? So there you go. Now they're saying that this is a black thing. Hey, speaking here for GMS Pittsburgh, hey, most of the brothers that are teaching, they're from the Northern Kingdom. The brother Raya Allah, the brother Isaiah, me, we're from the Northern Kingdom. From Gad and Reuben. So in a technical term, we wouldn't be referred to as black. We'd be referred to as Native American, according to this devil, right? So all this devil is doing is slandering the truth, right? So this is not about skin color at all. You can see many videos where we're edifying and dealing cordially with people who look like so-called Edomites, but through the Spirit, it is revealed that they're Israelites. Hey, not too long ago, us brothers encountered, and I'm gonna get a precept to back that up too. What I'm about to say, us brothers encountered Israelites who are from India, and particularly they were from Punjab, right? So there would be so-called Punjabi. Right? But through the Spirit, we could perceive that they were Israelites, right? And that's according to prophecy, right? I'm gonna read 9, and I'm gonna go get that prophecy. Well, 9 and 10. It says, Then said he unto me, Prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain, that they may live. Right? Our people are in a slain state. Right? Just like this devil was during the dark ages. It says, So I prophesied as I was commanded, and breath came into them. Meaning what? The knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the scriptures. And they lived and stood up. You got camps popping up all over the world, preaching in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, all right, and professing themselves to be Israelites all around the world, looking like all the other nations. So this is not a skin color thing. All right. It says, and stood up upon their feet, an exceeding great army. Right. Real quick before I go get that other part, let me go to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, and verse 1. It says, Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him. So there is not just your typical brother that looks like Wesley Snipes, right? Or Michael Jordan, or LeBron James, Kobe Bryant. There is not your typical Israelites that look. There's not just them, brothers that look like that are prophesying and standing up and speaking against this kingdom and this devil. You got brothers that look like so-called Edomites, look like the so-called white man doing the same thing, prophesying, all right, again before the face of such as have afflicted them, because they're being afflicted too. Why? Because they are of the lineage of Israel. Let's get an example real quick. Let me see if I can find these brothers. GMS London. Here we can get these brothers right here in Holland. Right. So hey, this was a live that was done yesterday by the brothers in Holland. Now look at it. Check this out, man. This is if this is a skin color thing, right?
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this brother right here on the You get a better picture of him.
Dat hij ontstoken is, man.
Let me get a better frame of him. But you see the brother over here standing on the left of the screen, right? This brother doesn't have your typical Wesley Snipes look, right? You got brothers here that are darker, have woolly hair,
Shalom.
right? But this brother right here, he looks like a so-called Edomite. Looks like a so-called white man, right? But originally, all right, the lineage, our people go back into a dark-skinned people, right? But through mixing and mingling with the other nations, you get Israelites that come out looking like this brother right here. Hey, and the Lord is going to return, brothers that don't have that typical look of an Israelite to us, man. Right? The Lord is going to return pigment unto us. We're not going to for those particular brothers. They're not going to have what you call it? They're not going to have that leprous look. that was given unto this devil. The Lord's going to return that royal look unto us, man. Right? But you see the brother right there? He's standing up, speaking against such as have afflicted him. Which means what? He's a righteous man, which a righteous man is an Israelite. Okay? Now let me grab this too, since I mentioned about those Israelites we met that were from Punjab. They act just like Jake. They might have had the head, the Indian headdress, the turban, whatever they call it in their language, right? But hey, they act just like niggas, man. They act just like niggas. They had flavor, talk just like Jake, walk just like Jake, right? Even flow in their own language like Jake. That Punjabi rap music. This guy Sidhu Moosewala, which is one of those rappers that's very famous. That's from Punjab, right? He raps in Punjabi. But let me grab this because this is a part of prophecy, right? Isaiah chapter 11. We're gonna go to verse 10. It says, "And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people." Right? So who is that root? The Lord Yahushua. Right? He shall stand for that ensign, right? It says, "To it shall the Gentiles seek," meaning the Israelite foreigners. The word Gentile means a foreigner. Right? "And his rest shall be glorious." So those brothers who are amongst these other nations who are in a Gentile state of mind, and that even goes for us too. Being in that mind of that mindset of having a mindset of a heathen, right? It says his rest shall be glorious. So, brothers that are around the world waking up and calling upon the name of the Lord, entering into this truth, who look like the other nations, right? They're receiving rest also. It says, "And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people." So those are the elect, because the elect are going to be left over after the destruction of the 2/3. All right, Israel, who are doing wickedly and have not repented. All right, it says, "Which shall be left from Assyria." You're going to have brothers that look like, I believe Assyria is, let's look this up real quick. Modern day Assyria. Just to give you some context right here. Give you a image in your mind. Modern day Assyria. Modern day Assyria. Right, it says the areas of the Assyrian homeland are parts of present day Iraq, Turkey, Iran, and Syria. Right, so let's get this. Let's see here, Turkish, or we could use Iraqi people. Right. So check this out. He says he's going to recover them from Assyria, right? So you're going to have brothers and sisters that are going to be recovered from modern day Iraq or modern day Syria or modern day Turkey, right? And they're going to look like this, right? They're going to look like this. Right? That is not what these devils classify as black. That doesn't fit the prophecy. The prophecy doesn't say, well, he's going to recover all the remnants and they're all going to be black. That's not what the prophecy says. Right? They're going to look like this. Right? They're going to look like this. Right? It says, and from Egypt, they're gonna look like, those people that are over there in Egypt, man. And from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam. Elam is the so-called East Indians, right? Let me see here, Punjabi people, right? From Elam, you're gonna have brothers that are gonna be recovered that look like this, right? That have this look, man, right? This is the guy I was talking about. so-called Punjabi rapper that died, because guess what? He was doing the same thing that Jake does over here in America, man. Right? Thug life. Rapping about thug life, man. Killing and murdering and doing this and that. That shows you how much. Once again, that shows you that the Lord is not with this rap stuff, man. So he took him out too, just recently. Looking like this. You're gonna have brothers looking like this, man. Speaking the different languages of the nation, man. Check out Acts the 2nd chapter, man. You can go read that. You had Israelites that were scattered all over the place, man. Right? So this is not a skin color thing, man. It says, and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations, that's really Israel, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. So it says the envy of Ephraim shall not depart. The envy of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. So those Ephraim represents the northern kingdom, all right, and Judah represents the southern kingdom. The Lord is going to bring us back as one kingdom, right? So from all these different places, guess what? You got Israelites from all the different tribes, all right, that are going to be from these different places, looking like these people, but their lineage, all right, goes back to Israel, which originally is a dark-skinned nation. All right, so hey, there you go. Lord will, you was edified with that, and I'm gonna say shalom.